Hey, Giants fans, I have a question for you. Do you guys think Brian Daboll is on the hot seat? Let me know down in the comments. Also, too, when could we see Jackson Dart in 2025, if at all? Let me know down in the comments. But first things first, let's talk about Brian Daboll. So, according to Bradley Locker of Pro Football Focus, he believes that Daboll is one of 10 coaches that are on said hot seat. And in my opinion, I believe Daboll is, but one thing can save him. And I'll explain in a few moments. But the Giants going 3-14 last year, then the previous year 6-11. I mean, you're just regressing. You're just regressing at that point. So if 2025 doesn't work out for you, well, adios, amigo, you're gone. But it's not all that easy. It's not all that simple. What did the Giants do in this draft? They went up and traded for the 25th pick, and they got Jackson Dart, a guy that Brian Daboll is a huge fan of. I believe that pick was mainly for Daboll. Daboll wanted him so damn bad, Joe Schoen went up and traded for that 25th overall pick, got Daboll as guy. I think Daboll's more tied to Jackson Dart than Joe Schoen is. And I think ownership knows that. So if the Giants fall flat on their face, and if Jackson Dart plays sometime this season and he's not their guy and he's not good, and Joe Schoen is like, we made a mistake, well, Daboll's gone, and I think the Giants retain Joe Schoen. We'll see what happens, though. Pure speculation. Brian Daboll's job is tied to Jackson Dart. If the Giants start the year 2-8, right, Russell Wilson just not getting the job done. Maybe we see Jameis here and there, and the team overall is just not getting the job done. And this record, this schedule is a tough one. It's one of the toughest, if not the toughest, in the NFL. So if the Giants start the year off at 2-8, which is very likely, then you might see Jackson Dart on the field. And according to Phil Simms, that's what he wants to see. On the Kay Adams podcast, Simms said this: there comes a point 6, 7, 8 weeks into the season, unless you see that there's an opportunity to be really great, find a spot to put Jackson Dart in there. Give him some experience. Let him have some success and some failures, because that's how you grow in the NFL as a quarterback. Totally valid. Totally true. If the Giants are 2-8, or let's just say the Giants are 0-6 to start the year, and you want to see what you have in Jackson Dart. If Jackson Dart goes out there, plays terrible, I don't think Brian Daboll is back. I really don't. If Jackson Dart goes out there and shows promise and shows that he's pretty good, that there's some potential here, that he could be something in this league, then I think that buys Brian Daboll another year. Daboll's success, and you might think this is common sense, and if you do, that's fine, but in my opinion, Daboll's success is tied to whatever Jackson Dart is going to do this season. Because Daboll wanted him so damn bad that why on earth, if Dart doesn't see the field at all this season, for whatever reason, why would you let go of the coach that saw so much promise in him to begin with? That's my question. Daboll's future is tied to Jackson Dart. And whenever we see him this year, Russell Wilson, he's going to be the quarterback week 1. We all know this. The Giants spent over $10 million guaranteed on him. That could go up to 20 if he plays well. Jameis Winston, his backup quarterback, the Giants spent $4 million on him in year 1. That could go up to $8 million if he reaches incentives. They invested almost $15 million guaranteed money in the quarterback position. They're going to wait to play Jackson Dart. They are. That's just my opinion. They're going to want to see what they have in Russell Wilson. And if Russell Wilson throws up a freaking goose egg, maybe you go and see what you have in Dart. Because then if Dart is good, you still have Jameis for another year. He could be your backup QB. He could probably back up Dart in 2026. But whatever happens with Dart in 2025, that's going to affect what happens to Daboll for his future with the Giants. So is he on the hot seat? Sure. 1,000% he's on the hot seat. But if Jackson Dart goes out there and he shows some promise and the Giants win 5 games, but Jackson Dart shows you, hey, he's got something, Daboll's staying. He's not going anywhere. He's staying. And they're going to have him build around that QB for at least another season. And they'll go from there. Now, I want to talk about a guy who I've been a big fan of ever since the Giants drafted him. Now, last year, apparently, there was some trouble in paradise over there with Jaylen Hyatt. Jaylen Hyatt has looked pretty good in OTAs. Russell Wilson throwing him deep balls, him just grabbing it. Jackson Dart threading the needle with Jaylen Hyatt in OTAs. Hyatt, his rookie season, I think he was pretty good. Last year, just number one, he didn't capitalize on any opportunity that the Giants gave him. And number two, I think they should have played him a little more. I really do. I think they should have at least played him, but apparently he was at odds with the coaching staff. Things weren't going great in his rookie season. Hyatt caught 23 passes for 373 yards. Last year, he caught 8 passes. He was not used nearly as much as he was used in his rookie season. Jaylen Hyatt, I think, if given the opportunity, and Russell Wilson loves the kid. He loves him. He thinks the world of him. He thinks he has a ton of potential. So if it was up to Russell Wilson, Jaylen Hyatt, he'd be in there. And we'll see if that does end up happening, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Hyatt. But I want to know what you guys think down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.